So what I learned, well, I mean, I really didn't learn, but um, when you look at the bigger picture about what Keefy D was talking about today, about how he lost his $1 million operation, Suge lost his multi-million-dollar record company, everything with the shambles, and Puffy went up in the stars and became a billionaire and one of the only black billionaires in America. How did that happen? How did a person?
Hey, can you change Noah's diaper?
Yeah, just a second. Um, how did a person? Give me a second. How did a person who everybody knew, like I said, this is nothing new. Everybody knew that Puffy had some kind of involvement in the murder of Tupac. Everybody knew. This is not a surprise. It might be a surprise to youngsters because you wasn't there. You know, a lot of youngsters wasn't there. Y'all born in the late '90s and 2000s. Y'all wasn't there to really see what people knew. People already knew Puffy had something involved with the assassination of Tupac because he had something involved with the first shooting. You know what I'm saying? He had something involved with the first shooting. That's why Tupac had a problem with Puffy prior to his death. And so now you got a problem with Puffy. You're not letting up on Puffy. Every chance you get, you're going bad on Biggie for messing with Puffy. You're telling Biggie you had sex with his wife. You're still going bad on Puffy every chance you get. Calling him soft and calling him a nigga that. Calling him a nigga that dances in videos and soft, and you don't want no nigga like that coming to Death Row Records. It was just like Puffy at this time. Bad Boy and Death Row were neck to neck, and it looked like Death Row Records was getting more power than Bad Boy because just for the simple fact that it's Death Row Records, it's hardcore, and everybody loved gangster rap, hardcore music more than the Lollipop 80s remakes that Diddy was making. All of a sudden, Death Row Records go down, the niggas that were protecting you go down, and now you just went up to the top. You never been investigated. Never been investigated one time. Puffy has never been investigated one time about Biggie's murder or Tupac's murder. Never been investigated. Everybody else been investigated. Like Keefy D was saying, the minute I got back to Compton, I got raided. Everybody knew all the story. Everybody knew the whole story already. This is what I'm trying to tell the youngsters, that everybody knew the story already. Everybody knew Puffy was involved in this shit. This is nothing new. The thing is, when time runs past and 20 years and all this stuff, and you know, you got Puffy, you know, jumping around and dancing and not even mentioning the case and staying away from the case, keeping things low, people tend to forget that Puffy was a main factor in this case. Puffy Puffy never been touched either. Like Puffy always been, you know, he always was damn near like all the way up there as far as like, you know, his dad had money, so he was like he always was always up, you know, there to the point where nobody could touch him either. No one never laid a hand on Puffy neither. He got an altercation in the club, snitched on Sean. Sean went to jail, but other than that, yeah, there's really no altercations with Puff where Puff had to duck and dodge a punch or something. And Puffy had hitters too. Puffy had hitters. He had real hitters. You know, nowadays, you know, everybody just doing the bodyguard shit and performing police shit. But before that, he had like real hitters that he rode around with. So, you know, like when I look at Puffy, like I just never liked Puffy. I never liked his raps. I never liked nothing about Puffy at all. Period. Um, Biggie, I didn't really have a problem with Biggie at all. I mean, even when Tupac was fun with Biggie, I always like Biggie's flows and everything. So I never really had a problem with Biggie. But you know, I mean, from the West Coast, you gonna roll with Tupac on anything he said because his energy made you like, fuck this nigga. So you just like, well, fuck this nigga too. Especially with me being 13 years old. So I was just like, fuck this nigga. I'm not playing no more Biggie music. Probably until something happens, you know, until it gets resolved. I just quit playing Biggie music at all. Period. And just playing all Tupac. But Puffy, like I can see where KBD's telling the truth as far as Puffy didn't get paid because the proof is in the pudding. Bad Boy Records. Who got paid? Who got paid on a Bad Boy record? Mace was the best artist that came out of Bad Boy. You know what I mean? Like you might say Biggie, but no, it was Mace. Mace is the best rapper that came out of Bad Boy. You know what I mean? When it comes to everything, you know what I mean? When it comes to, you know, I mean, when Mace was at the top of his game, he was really at the top of his game. And at the end of the day, he ended up being broke. Shine was broke. Biggie had a little bit of money. He ain't really had that much money. Faith in it broke. 112 in it broke. Mary J. Blige in it broke. I mean, they making the band. They're all broke. Only person that still has money is Puffy. So I can feel like he was telling the truth about Puffy didn't pay me. Because Puffy, I feel like, is working with the CIA a long time ago. I feel like he was working with the feds a long time ago. That's why Tupac made that song. And it makes sense. He's been working with the feds a long time ago. He doesn't have to pay nobody. What are you going to do? He's working with the no one. He did not. You know what I mean? Even though he's saying, "Oh yeah, I got this thing here," no money was transacted to him. He didn't even get a pair of Sean Puffy draws for what he did. No money was transferred to him, and I believe that because no money was given to none of the artists that got Puffy rich. They're all broke. Every one of Puffy's artists is sitting on a corner with a can and some pennies in the can. Because he didn't give a nigga a goddamn thing. So, Puffy, you did that shit, son of a bitch.